Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, guys. It is super duper duper dark. There we go. Hey, guys. How are you doing? My name is Kim Douglas. How are you guys doing? Coming to you guys from Prosperous Property Investments. Just coming to see how your weekend's going, or whenever you're watching this at some point in time in the future. Just coming to drop a quick live. Give you guys some prosperity points. Like I said, see how you're doing, what's going on in your world. Today, I am going to do a very quick live about facing your fears. Facing your fears. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit congested and like short of breath. Have you ever, hey, thanks for popping on. Have you ever been eating something and then swallowed it, but somehow it missed the wrong pipe and then you felt like you were going to die? Like, I can't breathe. I need that air. Hey, how you doing? Yep. Outstanding day. Yes, it has. It's been a great day. How about yourself? I'm glad. I'm glad you've had an outstanding day. Me too. But like I said, I was just saying that I choked like 3 seconds before I hit go live. And it was not fun. I was like, oh my God. Somebody help me. Please. Please come help. But back to the subject at hand. Today I'm going to speak very briefly about facing your fears, just very quick. I'm going to share this really quick in a group, invite some more people, invite some more friends and like-minded individuals so they can get some good information tonight if my computer decides to work. But yes, so I watched this video earlier today that kind of talked about this a little bit, from an amazing entrepreneur, and I will let you know who. Okay, it looks like we're good to go, and I'm just going to get it started, right? So facing your fears. So earlier, I watched this short video from another just rock star beast of an entrepreneur. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it is Mr. Cesar Rodriguez. Please do yourself a favor. If you're trying to sell or market anything, you need to be following this guy because he is a master at it. He does a very great job at both, right? So yes, his name is Cesar Rodriguez, right? And he had this video that was titled, How to Overcome Your Fear by Uttering 6 Almost Magic Words, right? So I was like, what's that about? I'll check it out and see what he's talking about, right? So he was talking about fears and how we all have them, right? And how usually when you have a fear in your life or something that's happening to you right now, a fear, this is why. And this is what happens with that fear, right? So the things that are the best for you, the things that are really and truly the best for you and will give you the most immediate pain, meaning you're going to be uncomfortable, are usually the things that you really need to do, because these are the same things that will bring you the most joy and the greatest success. Now, drop me a comment below if you agree with that. It's the things that you are afraid of that usually are the things that you know you need to do that will bring you, if you do them, the greatest joy and the greatest success, right? So what do we do in these situations when we have fear? So in his video, he was talking about how, he works out a lot and he actually got hurt, so, that happens when you're working out a lot, you're challenging your body, you're trying to do the best for, trying to do the best for yourself, keep yourself healthy and strong, right? So he said he got hurt and he's like, he knew that he needed to go to the gym the next day. He knew he still needed to work out in some way, shape, or form, but he's just like, you know how you feel, like when you really don't feel like it, he's just like, oh no, I'm afraid that I'm going to hurt myself even worse, or, just having the fears going in your mind. So, at all times, it doesn't matter if it's a small fear or big fear, it's still a fear and it's very real to you and your mind and how you interpret it. So he was just saying, man, I don't know if I should do this. You're hesitant. You're procrastinating, whatever it might be in your life. So he's like, I don't know if I should do this. I'm just going to make it worse, So what he was supposed to go do to, relieve that, or that was the next day of his gym cycle, was to go to hot yoga, and he had already had, like I said, lift day and hurt himself and then have to go do hot yoga and stretch out in all these crazy routines and positions, which could potentially have injured him further. So he said that he remembered the 6 words that Tony Robbins always says. And he says, if I can, then I must. If I can, then I must. And yes, Tony Robbins is always talking about this, that you got to turn your shoulds into musts. And usually the things that are your shoulds are your fears. Oh, I know I should do this. I know I should try this new thing. I know I should wake up and do this business strategy, or I should make these phone calls. I should. He said you got to turn those shoulds into musts. Like, it's got to be the ultimate reverse of how you feel about it. So he's saying that if you can do it, then you must do it. You just got to find somewhere within inside you to overcome that fear. You know, you got to overcome the fear, or the fear is going to overtake you. You know, overcome your fears, or the fears are going to overtake you. So he actually did it. You know, he said, you know, if I can, then I must. Went to the gym. He said that, you know, normally he can hang tight. You know, he can do, you know, all the moves and advance. You know, when you're working out, you get your body to a level of fitness, you know how to do all the moves, especially with yoga. It's very difficult, right? So he said he went to class and he felt like, you know, pretty much what I interpreted like a beginner almost, you know, like he couldn't do all the moves correctly because his body was, you know, it was in pain. But then he had to remind himself that, look, today was actually still successful because I didn't quit on myself and I went through with it. So then he related that back to business. He said, what are you afraid of in your business? Like I said before, usually the things you're afraid of are the things that you need to do to bring you the greatest success. So what is it that you're afraid of to do that will, you know, it's going to move you forward? You got to change that around into being afraid of it and letting it stop you into saying, you know what, if I can do this, then I must do this. And even though he didn't have a perfect, with his example, he didn't have a perfect workout day like he wanted to. But the fact is that now after doing that workout, even though he hurt during the workout, now he can feel better and actually move better, you know, even though he was injured, because yoga and that kind of activity, it stretches your body out. And that's kind of like the same thing with us in facing our fears. Even though it might hurt a little bit, even though it might be challenging a little bit, as you come out at the end, you're going to be better, you're going to be stronger, you're going to be faster, just because you stepped into where you were afraid. You know, and as you keep doing that, and you, like I said, it's just like working out. It's like a muscle. As you keep practicing and showing up every day in every way. I talked about this briefly yesterday when I was talking about entrepreneur movies, and in the speech from the movie, what is that movie? Just skipped my mind. Oh, Any Given Sunday, when Al Pacino was saying, we win the battle inch by inch. You know, that's the same thing. Like, it's a practice. You got to show up every day to practice, to learn the skills that are necessary to move forward in your life, to move forward in your business. Are there going to be some things that you're not sure of? Yes. You know, I was actually battling that today myself. I had a strategy that I was really trying to figure out. I'm still researching it. That's what I was doing prior to my live. But you just got to keep at it until you figure it out. You just got to, it's a practice, you know, and as you show up tomorrow, you'll be a little bit quicker than you were yesterday. And then if you look back on yourself from a month ago, you're going to be a lot stronger, a lot faster. You're going to say, man, when I first started this strategy, I was all bad at it. You know, you got to self-evaluate, but now I'm doing this quicker. I'm attracting more people with this. I'm closing more sales, more deals, whatever it is. You got to learn how to face your fears head on. So I just wanted to give you guys a little quick motivation about facing your fears. Like, hey, like Tony Robbins said, if you can, then you must. You got to turn what you should do to what you have to do. Like, you know, you're not going to let it conquer you. You're not going to let it overcome you. You're greater than it, right? So you got to speak to it and you got to move forward and take action. I just want to say thanks, guys, so much for coming, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for listening, you know, spending a little bit of time with me on your weekend or whenever you're watching this video at some point in the future. And if you need some help or some assistance with learning how to move forward and develop your own business without fear, like with help, with guidance, hey, what do I do? How do I fix this? How do I reach out to people and get them to reach out to me? Go ahead and click the link in the description box above, and I'll see you guys on the other side. I just want to say thanks again for coming, and you guys have a prosperous day and or night on purpose.